In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. All that we are is the result of our thoughts. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. Be equally indifferent to blame and praise. Men are moved by two levers only, fear and self-interest. Never put off till tomorrow the fun you can have today. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. Learn first, teach later. He who builds on the people builds on the mud. Marrying is not at all difficult. It is difficult to be married. Treat your parents as you would like your children to treat you. Intuition is something that is ahead of accurate knowledge. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. What Paul says about Peter tells us more about Paul than about Peter. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The saints are the sinners who keep on trying. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Intellect is invisible to the man who has none. You may turn into an archangel, a fool, or a criminal. No one will see it. But when a button is missing, everyone sees that. Anything you dream is fiction, and anything you accomplish is science. The whole history of mankind is nothing but science fiction. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. Do the hard jobs first. The easy jobs will take care of themselves. Live every day as your last, because one of these days, it will be. The greatest victory is victory over yourself. Control your finances, or lack of them will control you. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. If a man is as wise as a serpent, he can afford to be as harmless as a dove. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Receive without conceit. Release without struggle. Progress is impossible without change. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Much is expected from that to whom much is given. Since we're all going to die, It's obvious that when and how don't matter. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Do not look back when leaving. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. The fact that people do not learn from the mistakes of history is the most important lesson of history. People, in essence, do not grow up. They only get old. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. The world is boring for boring people. The secret to being creative alone. Ideas are born in loneliness. No gains without pains. Compromise is the best and cheapest lawyer.